Intro countdown. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hi, guys. I'm Paul, and to this side we have Andrew, and we are the Entertainment Universe. Woo!
Yeah.
So welcome back to another video. Please excuse my poor lighting. I just didn't really kind of care before, but and he's got a shiny forehead, so we're kind of just killing the game right now, you know. But we are coming at you with. Is this our first TV related video? No, you did the Stranger Things thing. Never mind.
Yeah. And then I have a Transformers one coming out eventually. Whenever I finish that.
Coming out. He
But
recorded it
it'll
back in
be
2017.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Pretty much.
Pretty much though. But yeah, so we are coming at you with a TV related video, and it's going to be a series of videos, a series of 8 videos, because there are 8 episodes to this show. You probably saw the title already. We're going to be talking about The Mandalorian season 2. We're going to be going episode by episode by episode. Literally after it just drops, we're just going to come on here and talk about how we feel. And yeah, I'm assuming we're going to be spoiling stuff. Are we spoiling?
Yes. That was my plan, was to have full spoilers. So,
okay.
If you haven't watched it and you're like trying to not be spoiled,
don't say we didn't warn you.
Yeah, exactly.
Warning you right now.
This is a full spoiler warning for seasons 1 and 2. So, I mean, we can't really not spoil season
and
1.
all of Star Wars. So we'll be talking about the first episode of the second season, which is technically chapter 9 of the series, called, what's it called? The Marshal?
The Marshal, yeah.
The Marshal. Cool episode, I think. Well, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of talking. Do you want to start us off, Andrew?
I mean, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, first impressions, like, solid, like, just as good as the last season. Honestly, what was interesting to me is you said that it was chapter 9, and it's interesting that it's not like episode 1 of season 2, like they call it, just chapter 9, because it really felt like that. It just felt like we went right from the story of the last one to this next season. It didn't feel like a new season necessarily, because I feel like with a lot of shows, the beginning of the season, you kind of or things are changing, you're kind of getting back into the swing of the show. And whereas this, it pretty much felt like we had just picked up exactly where we left off in terms of tone and story and everything. Which was cool. It was cool to just be kind of thrown back into it. I wish I had given the first season a rewatch before I went into this.
I do too. I did. I planned on rewatching it, but I never got around to it.
Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of other stuff, and I've had a lot of other homework, so I haven't really had the chance to watch a lot. But if I do, I've been trying to, I'll watch a lot of other shows that I haven't watched before. Can you hear that siren in the background?
I heard something. I didn't realize it was a siren.
It's probably a siren. I live like right by a road, so. But yeah, so this episode.
You actually live right by a road. Wait, are you in college right now, or are you at home?
No, I'm at college. I'm in my off-campus apartment.
No, never mind. I thought we were talking about your house.
I live in a neighborhood at home.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Okay. But this episode, like, I don't know, man. It was really good, and like, I knew it was going to be good. I mean, there was no way. I mean, I remember the first season, so I was like, I don't know how we messed this up, but it still found a way to like surprise me and take me by surprise, because it was like, it was kind of just a one-off. It was kind of one of those one-off stories, like a lot of the first season was. He'd go somewhere and fix a problem or something would happen, and but yet it was also still very important for the reasons, like at the end.
The end.
that whole thing obviously is going to mean something throughout the show. So
I kind of want to just say what happened.
full send.
Boba Fett!
Yeah. A lot of people, I saw some people who were like, we don't know if it's Boba. It could be just like a random clone trooper, but I was like, no.
I want to be like Commander Bly or something. Just this
like
clone trooper we only see like twice in the Clone Wars.
It's not like, I know it's not Captain Rex. It can't be Captain Rex.
No.
But so I
think it's Boba.
It's got to be Boba. I mean, he was watching him, the whole episode that was his armor. So like, it would just make sense if it was Boba and he was like, you have my armor. I mean, I don't know why he didn't just take it. I don't know why he didn't take it sooner, but he's out there.
You really do be out here.
Like I knew there was a lot of rumors of Tamir Morrison coming back as Boba Fett. I was like, oh shoot, like that's amazing. But I didn't know, when it was going to happen. But then
it happened.
We saw Boba Fett's armor and I was like, oh shoot. And then at the very end, I was like, I saw this figure on a hill and I was like, it was him.
It low-key looked like Patrick Stewart when he turned around.
He did. He was like, I knew he was going to be bald, but like.
I was going to do like a DoorDash commercial and Mark Hamill was going to pop up and tonight I'll be getting a spicy chicken sandwich meal from Chick-fil-A. I love those commercials.
Those are great. I guess just like a little rundown of the episode, just to refresh anyone's memory. Mando goes and talks to some dude trying to get information on other Mandalorians around the galaxy that can help him find where to bring the child, like how to bring the child back to his people, which he doesn't know who his people are because, never seen that species and he doesn't really know anything about the Jedi. He just thinks of them as like wizards. And so he finds this dude and then there's this whole brawl and then he's like, there's somebody on Tatooine. He's like, I went to Tatooine. And he's like, well, my informant was right or whatever. So he goes to Tatooine and then he finds some little city that isn't on a lot of maps.
Like Mos Koran or whatever.
Yeah, what was it? I don't remember what it was
with
called.
a P. It was Mos P.
It was like Mos Palos or something like that. I don't remember. It was something like that. I'm probably very wrong. But so basically that. And then talks to somebody who's like, well, who basically he doesn't think there's a Mandalorian there, but he knows one person who wears Mandalorian armor. It's a guy by the name of who just goes by the Marshal, played by Timothy Oliphant, I think is the actor's name. But yeah, so he talks to that guy, and then they're gonna like fight because Mando wants his armor back, and then
he voiced somebody in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He's got a cool voice.
Awesome.
But yeah, so that, and then there's this giant worm who's like eating people. So Mando and the Marshal go to take out the worm. And then they have to work together with sand people, which isn't good because the sand people or the Tusken Raiders have been like enslaving them and stuff. So, or like have been like pillaging their villages and stuff. So they don't want to work with them, but they do. They end up taking out the worm. And then the Marshal. Huh?
It's a crate dragon, by the way.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm calling it a worm. It made me think of the big. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
No, it looks like a worm for sure, but like.
It looks like the thing from the Dune trailer. I don't know if you saw that trailer, but it's like this massive like sand worm, and that's what it made me think of. But
yeah, it's just some useless Star Wars lore that I know.
Was that like a thing before the show, or did they make it up for the show?
No, it was a thing before the show. It was actually featured. The first time I saw it, at least, was in the first Knights of the Old Republic game, where that was the thing that you had to find and kill, and that was fun. Or I don't know if you had to kill it, but there were rumors that it still existed. And actually, no, you had to kill it. You had to bring it out of its cave to find one of the things to advance in the story, and you like exploded it, and similar to how they did in this show, actually. But
okay,
yeah, and then. And it was featured in another game Galaxy of Heroes. There's a little mobile game. It was like a Clash of Clans Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
There's a little story that you had to beat a crate dragon.
So. Oh, okay. I hadn't heard of that before. But so that, and then they beat it, and the marshal gives Mando the armor, which is Boba Fett's armor.
Yes.
And
he looked weird when he wore it when he first appeared. Like
it
looked so awkward.
It was so like loose. It was just like
yeah.
like what are you doing?
You're taller than I expected.
So yeah, and then he rides off into the sunset, the twin sunset, and then we see a dude on a mountain. It looks like he's been wandering, and we're like, and I was like, could it be? And then he turns around, and it's Boba Fett with no hair, like no hair, no eyebrows, no nothing. So
he doesn't need hair.
Exactly. Who needs hair?
How did he survive the Sarlacc? Like, that's what I want to know. Like,
I don't know. There were Legends storylines that talked about, like, I think it was Dengar saved him. Was it Dengar? Is that his name?
Dengar's with the white thing and the thing around
Yeah, I think there's Legends storylines where he goes and saves Boba from the Sarlacc. But I don't know if they're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
Legends isn't canon anymore. So I don't know what they're gonna do. They might do some variation of it, but I don't know if they would, use Dengar or not. But yeah, so I don't know why I had to give a rundown. I just felt like just in case people couldn't remember.
No, I mean that's fine.
Be like,
I couldn't remember. I'm glad you reminded me. I watched it yesterday and already forgot what happened. That was so aggressive. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. Like you said, I like how they kind of just picked right off where they left off, or picked right up where they left off, and traveled to that planet to get the information, and then went back to Tatooine. Why do we have to go? Or what did Finn say? Why does everyone want to go back to
Jakku or Tatooine?
Yeah.
Which Jakku was basically just Tatooine. But.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Mando doing Mando things, helping the people on that planet with a thing like the Great Dragon, and making peace between the villagers and the Sand People was kind of lit too. I doubt the Sand People find peace with everybody on Tatooine, but you know what? It is what it is.
And sure didn't find it with Anakin.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I slaughtered them like animals.
That's a touchy subject for them. They almost went extinct after that. Yeah, the battle with the Krayt Dragon was epic. Like, it was so fun, and it was like, oh shoot, he ate Mando. And then he teased his way out of it, and then blew him up. And, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I also like how they said, I don't remember the exact line, but they said something about like a Sarlacc pit or a Sarlacc cave or something. It was like,
oh yeah, it used to be a Sarlacc pit, but like it ate the Sarlacc.
Yeah, and he was like, not if he eats the Sarlacc. I was like,
oh shoot.
Frick.
Thanks.
But yeah, no, it was something I like about this series that I've liked ever since season 1 is that I might have to go into this further if this doesn't make sense, but like they create new characters when they have to, but then also when it makes sense to use already existing like creatures and characters, they do. But it doesn't feel like fan service. They do it because it makes sense. Like the Sand People, like they didn't just create this whole new tribe of people, and like it makes sense to have Tusken Raiders, but it didn't feel like they were using it because it was like, oh, remember the Tusken Raiders from the originals? It was like they were using it because these are people that live that kind of live in the sands of Tatooine, and it made sense. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like some of the newer Star Wars movies either will create a bunch of new characters just because they want.
Palpatine's a clone. Woo!
Yeah, I knew we were gonna get back. We were gonna get to the Rise of Skywalker somehow.
That was the definition of fan service, like
That,
bad fan
yeah,
service.
and that kind of stuff they don't do in the Mandalorian. Like they'll use characters and like stormtroopers and stuff that already exist, but if they have to create new ones, then they will. And I don't know. I've just always loved the way that the Mandalorian has handled the Star Wars universe. Not fan service, but it feels like it's very like it lives in this universe and
right.
So that was just kind of a side note. That really had nothing to do with the episode itself.
Who directed this episode?
I think it was Jon Favreau.
It was Favreau? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like, well, I mean, obviously I feel like Filoni and Favreau and whoever else. I think Taika Waititi still was.
I don't know if he's doing this season. Last season it was Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Taika Waititi, Rick Famuyiwa. I don't remember how you say his name.
To try.
I'm getting that totally wrong, but something like that. And then Deborah Chow, and then Bryce Dallas Howard. I think those were the directors of last season. This season, pretty sure Bryce Dallas Howard's coming back. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, obviously. I think Robert Rodriguez is directing an episode.
Oh.
I think Peyton Reed, maybe the guy who directed Ant-Man. I think he is doing an episode, possibly.
Oh.
I think, maybe. I just heard a couple different names, and maybe Taika Waititi's coming back, but as far as I heard, I don't know if he is.
I hope so.
I wish he would. I loved his episodes.
Taika Waititi appearance in the Star Wars universe.
I loved his episodes, and I loved his character, but his character freaking died, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he couldn't make an appearance in the show, but he could still
I mean, technically he could because he was a droid, so we didn't see his face. So
he could just play another IG unit.
Exactly. But yeah, this episode, it's interesting because I don't really. From this episode, I can't really tell where the rest of the season is going, which was sort of interesting because it was like it doesn't necessarily set the tone for the rest of the series or for the rest of the season, but at the same time, there's also a lot open. There's a lot they can do. They set it up just enough with Boba and stuff. But I think that's why I said it feels just like another episode and not like a whole new season because they don't set it. They don't. I don't know. I guess the big story of the season was kind of already set up in the last episode of season 1 because they were like, you are going to find the child's home. Okay. I don't know. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
They didn't really set the tone of this season through this episode, but I think it was because it was already kind of set for them in the last episode before this, in chapter 8. But there's also enough in this episode that it's we see where it could go. Obviously there's going to be stuff with Boba. He'll be traveling to other planets and stuff, and yeah.
Rumored Ahsoka appearances.
Yeah, supposedly Rosario Dawson is going to play Ahsoka. There's rumors that Sabine Wren is going to be in it.
Yeah, Sasha Banks.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was an actor lined up with that. There's rumors that Ezra Bridger is going to come in it.
That would be. I need to watch Rebels, man. I need to watch. Rebels.
I still haven't watched Rebels. I know a lot of what happens in the story just because I wasn't sure if I'd ever watch it. So I'd see clips come up on YouTube and I'd be like, okay, I'll watch that.
Yeah, but I was one of those Rebels haters. After the first couple episodes, I was like, nah. And then I heard it got good, and I've never really gotten around to watching it.
I just hope this season doesn't get too carried away with cameos. Maybe not cameos. If they make sense in the story, I guess I'd be okay with that. But I feel like if they do too much of that, then it's going to feel like fan service,
But in a way, they kind of set themselves up for it. for
Yeah,
fan service or potential overdone fan service. I feel like because you know you had the dark saber at the end of for the previous season,
true.
and then I guess a lot of rumors getting out that a lot of people would be appearing. I don't know. It just kind of feels like they set that up.
Yeah, that's true. Um, Bo-Katan is gonna make a cameo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I heard about that too.
Which I think that makes sense. I mean, they'll be. I'm sure they'll be delving more into the all the Mandalorian clans and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
that'd be cool.
to have her, I think, makes sense. I remember her from Clone Wars. She apparently also was pretty big in Rebels, but I didn't. Like I said,
Yeah,
didn't watch that show.
Clone Wars is so good.
Do you think Captain Rex is going to show up in The Mandalorian? Because there was a lot of, I mean, there was a lot of rumors. I mean, I'm sure you remember, like on Twitter and stuff. There was a lot of rumors about casting, with Ahsoka and stuff. So a lot of people thought maybe Captain Rex would show up. Do you think? I mean, I really don't know.
It's hard to tell because ever since they confirmed he was one of the old guys in the Battle of Endor with the rebels, it's like hard to tell what he would be doing after the war.
Yeah.
If he even still talked to Ahsoka during the original trilogy.
Yeah.
It's just I would love to see him, but will we see him? I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think that's what's interesting is they've kept a lot of that quiet. I mean, rumors have come out, but rumors are rumors, and so they're oftentimes not true. Um, so it's hard to tell what's actually going to happen and what's just people speculating, because the Mandalorian crew and cast and stuff themselves have kept it pretty quiet, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Boba's enough. I don't need to see Captain Rex. I feel like his character has already been, he's already had his fair share of spotlight in the Clone Wars and Rebels. And I mean, I love the character of Captain Rex. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like bringing him into the Mandalorian would be a little too much, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see how they could do it. Like I understand like Ahsoka and Sabine and Bo-Katan, and because I don't know, Ahsoka's related to the Jedi people that Mando's trying to find, and Sabine and Bo-Katan are both part of the Mandalorian group, the friend group. But
Group chat.
yeah, I don't know about Rex. I don't know about Rex.
Well, okay, this isn't. I really don't know. So this isn't like a Rebel spoiler, but doesn't Sabine at some point, does she get the dark saber? I thought she had some relation to the dark saber.
Yes,
Okay.
she does win it from who does she win from? That dude. Oh, what's his name? He was in the last arc in the Clone Wars too. He had the weird hair and face, and
Is he Mandalorian?
yeah.
I feel like I know who you're talking about, and I don't remember what his name was.
Yeah, I'm having no luck.
Hmm.
That's sad.
But yeah, so I'm hoping they explain. Well, they will, I'm sure. But I'm wondering how they're going to explain how Moff Gideon, is that his name?
Yes, I think so.
How he got the dark saber? Because obviously they didn't even touch that in this, in this episode.
They really didn't. Although, and they recapped this at the very beginning of the episode. They just did a whole recap of the last season. I forgot about this, but there was one of the lady Mandalorians that talked to Mando at the beginning of the season, like first couple episodes, talked about how like their guild was so small and was like, yeah, somebody betrayed the clan and took a lot of our stuff and killed a lot of our people. And I'm thinking, I put on my tinfoil hat, and I was like, maybe it's Moff Gideon, because like, how else would he have the dark saber?
Yeah, and how else
Maybe
would he have known the Mandalorian's real name?
And how else will he have found the guild? Well, I mean, obviously there was that informant that was already there, so he probably just was like, "What happened to my dude?" and just pulled up to the scene with his seal missing. And
But wasn't it Gideon who knew his name was Din Djarin? Wasn't it?
I think
Wasn't he the
so.
one?
I can't remember. I can't remember if he did name drop him.
I actually don't remember that whole thing about somebody betraying the clan, but that would make sense.
Yeah, it was that like they recapped it. I wouldn't have remembered if they didn't recap it at the beginning of the new episode.
Huh.
But
okay, yeah, that would make sense. I mean, he's got to obviously have some tie to the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Before all that. And it was interesting. I don't know that the child wasn't really a big part of this episode, which was kind of interesting. Like he was really like just kind of there, and then obviously they mentioned him a few times, but like he kind of just wasn't really even a part of the episode, which was kind of interesting. Like because so much of the story revolves around him that it was kind of interesting that he really took a back seat in this episode.
Right.
Which was kind of nice in a way because I think the character's cute and everything, but sometimes he can be a little bit of like, just kind of the cute little character that everybody's like, oh, look at Baby Yoda, and it's like, but like, why is he there though? So I like when he's like a part of the story.
He's there.
Yeah, exactly. I like when he's part of the story and like he's cute, like it's a cute little character, but but if he's not going to be a part of the like main story, like if they're not looking for his home or something, then I'm okay if he kind of takes a backseat in the episode.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find it.
the dude.
Yeah.
I don't remember that character. Well, I feel like I kind of do.
Oh wait, his name is Saxon.
Oh, is it Gar Saxon? Is that his name?
Yeah, it was Gar Saxon. Yeah.
Yeah, hold up. Let me look him up because I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Hold up. Gar Saxon.
Yeah, this dude.
Aha! This guy. We found him.
Yeah, I remember him.
The weird hair and the weird face.
Bro, what's up with your face?
He looks like a deformed clone, TBH.
He really does.
Like, he's got the very defined jawline. But
yes, I remember that character. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I don't really know what else I have to say about this episode. It was really good. It gave me a lot of hope for the new season. I'm psyched to see Boba Fett, my boy. Plus, I just love Tamir Morrison. I love his. It's gonna sound weird, but I love his voice, like Jango Fett and all the the clones in the original movies. Just so cool. So to see him back, I'm like.
Watch them bring in who did it in the Clone Wars?
D. Bradley Baker.
Yeah, watch him just bring him in just to do voiceover.
Just dub over him when he has the helmet on.
Y'all thought they did that with Darth Maul in Solo. They brought Sam Witwer in. But Ray Parker.
Right, yeah, he didn't do the physical performance. He just did the voice.
Yeah, Ray Parker did the physical appearance.
That's right. That's funny. But yeah, I don't really know what else I have to say about this episode. It was good. It was exciting. It was.
Good luck editing this.
Huh?
Good luck editing this. I don't know how long we've gone.
That about does it for our first Mandalorian video. Like Paul said, I think we're gonna try and do this every week, just kind of reacting to. I mean, not a reaction, not like we're watching it, like a live reaction, but just talking about the episode, where the season is headed, and or where we think the season is headed. Obviously, we don't know for sure, but all the fun speculative stuff that you can do with that, and also just fanboying over Star Wars in general, as we always do. So yeah.
Hee hoo hoo ha ha. Big nerds.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you did tune in, we hope you check out our other videos. We're trying to get back. We're trying to make a comeback. I feel like we say that every time, but
as we transition into our apology part of the video.
Yeah.
It's tradition at this point.
Our regularly scheduled apology. But school has been kind of kicking our butts this year, so we haven't gotten around to doing a lot of editing. But we're trying. The Stranger Things video that I came out with, I recorded back in July. Actually, maybe more like June. So it's been taking me a while to finish that, even though it was like a 5-minute video. But
It was a good video.
thank you.
I couldn't do a video essay.
I really like the way it turned out.
It turned out really well.
Thank you. But yeah, so we got more videos in the works. I've got a few more ideas, so we're doing stuff even though we only have 10 subscribers still. We're trying to we're trying to slowly but surely get that up.
Yeah, I mean, our goal right now is to at least get to 1 million by the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, something small like that, and then from there we can go.
A small goal. We'll have something. We'll make some bigger benchmarks for 2021. That's for sure.
Yeah,
10 billion. Yeah.
That's easy money.
Easy money.
We'll be monetized by the end of this month. I can smell it.
I can smell the cash from here. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope you all like this video. Leave a comment on what you thought of The Mandalorian, Chapter 9, The Marshal.
Season 2, Episode 1, Chapter 9.
No, Marshal.
Numbers.
So if, what do you think of where the season's going? How excited on a scale of 1 to...
Excited.
Yeah. Are you to see Boba Fett? I was trying to think of something like Star Wars related. But
scale
totally escaped my
1
mind.
to man, that is kind of tough actually.
I was trying to think of something like Attack of the Clones related because of Tamir Morrison, Jango Fett, all that. But 1 to Death Sticks. That's what I was gonna say, but I was like, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense.
A scale from 1 to Master Destroyers. That excited.
On a scale of 1 to it should be here, but it isn't. I was gonna say that when they were talking about the city that they were trying to find in Tatooine, and they're like, it's not on any map. So I was thinking it should be here, but it isn't.
It should be here, but it isn't. Yoda's just laughing in the distance.
Ha! Stupid. Okay, well, I think that's it for the video. Subscribe if you want to, and see you next time. Why do I always do finger guns?
Bye, guys.
Did it stop?
It said